Good evening. Today is November the 25th, 2018, and we are looking at our strategy call and portfolio recap for today, and kind of taking a look at where our portfolio is at. We've had a really successful last 6 months or so, and so let's take a look and see, kind of strategize as to what we need to be doing here. Okay. Let's start here in EEM. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just add December. Okay, so here in December, expiration, we are really solidly, literally centered right over the market. Really nothing to do there. Also really nicely centered in January, not looking unless EEM makes a pretty significant move in either direction. Not really looking to do anything with EEM. Up pretty nicely, up $208 or so. So really nicely centered over EEM. Okay, EWW. I don't have any positions in EWW active for January yet. And the reason I say this is because we're going to start looking to build out our January portfolios, perhaps depending on the different IV levels at the beginning of the week and going on into the week, okay? And so I really want to think about strategically adding which ones and making sure that we are spot on when it comes to these portfolios. Okay, so here we are in EWW. Here is the strike point. We're down 419 right now, but at expiration we would be at 900. Of course, we won't let it get to expiration. Now that we're starting to get towards the end of the month, today's the 25th, we need to begin considering moving these strikes right up here at 45. Okay, so let's just say we move this in here to 45. We only have a 14.13% chance at expiration for us to, and then even tomorrow that's going to be even different, 13.3. Right, so I think it's time for us to start adjusting these strikes. Okay, so I'm going to be looking to adjust some of our EWW strikes here to make sure that we are kind of centering back in on the market, right? The market has clearly moved down. We can get some additional credit here, right, by adjusting some of these. We're in a really good place. Now, as we all know, it's going to make our risk diagram look a little funky, and so it's not going to take into consideration the profit that we've already gained in this position when we decide to move it. Okay, but we are going to go ahead and move probably this 45 down. I'll do the 15 delta. So here we are, 45. Whatever the 15 delta is, maybe the 44. Just $1 to get a little bit additional credit. Okay. FXC, nothing here, right? This is a solid position, risk defined, solid position. Not going to look to do anything except maybe begin the process of adding out for January. Okay, FXI, China, really nice. Let's go ahead and show these. Here is December, right? Really nice here in December. January, right above the market here. Again, really feel good about both of those. We're really nicely centered. IYR, here we are in real estate. Nothing to do here except let the market continue to move back and forth. OIH. OIH, we probably need to start looking at adding come this week for January, but these are our December positions. Not really looking to do a whole lot except begin the process of hopefully getting to unwind these in the next 2 weeks or so. The Qs. Okay, so as you know, I went directional here in the Qs. Feel really good about this position. 17.96% probability of profit. All of my indicators right now are suggesting that we're going to be in a downward move. All of my technical analysis shows that. I largely think a lot of the fundamentals suggest that as well. And so we're going to continue to just keep this risk defined. Really nice right here. I will probably let this go all the way to expiration. That's my gut right now, is that we're going to let it go all the way to expiration just because it's a pretty easy position to manage. Nothing really to take a look at here. Okay, Russia. Here we are in Russia, really nicely centered. Nothing to do. 20 call, 20 put, 21 call. Looking really nice. 65% probability of profit. I anticipate this will get off hopefully this week. SMH, semiconductors. We have already started into January, so let's take a look here at December. December is looking really, really good. There's our break-evens. We're really nicely in between the break-evens. We also had one of these come off for profit already, and so we already have had one of our SMH positions for January come off for a profit. All right, let's change this from December to January, and again, here we are, really, really wide. Very, very wide. I feel really good about this particular position as well. Nothing really to see here. Let's go into Nat Gas, which blew up optionsellers.com's hedge fund. If you haven't watched the James Cordier video, it is certainly worth watching. This is why we need to make sure that we are following our own risk management strategies, right? I will always send out in an alert, hey, if you're an iron condor or an iron butterfly trader, make sure you have protection, and these are some strikes that would make sense to me. Of course, your decision. Now, the other thing too, though, is we have small position sizes, right? You should never be in a position where one particular trade is going to blow up your account. That's just bad risk management. It's terrible risk management. And so we are small here in UNG, but again, really nicely centered into this position. We'll see what UNG kind of does over the next week or so, but I think that we are largely into December, and we're probably just going to adjust. We're not going to add anything else here in December. All right, let's go into our volatility positions. Okay, I was actually illustrating for my dad over Thanksgiving what happened with option sellers, and I used UVXY as an example. Okay, so we are short here 100 shares. Coming into this week, we do have a 65 call, which to be very frank, I would not be surprised if this does get assigned. As you all know, my general philosophy with VIX is to allow for assignment, sell super far out of the money options, and small, one at a time. If that, and this pop in volatility made me go pretty heavy into volatility, and so you can see that I have them for the week, right? But my general strategy is I'm really fine getting assigned these volatility positions, and so that's how come you see that I'm short 100 shares at 62, which is right. I mean, I'm basically break even here. And then you see 65 call, 85 call, 67.5, 91, 112, and so you can really see that I'm going to take in the credit, but also you're seeing one, right? No bigger than that, because it's just simply not worth the risk that you take when you're there in volatility. Let's go to our biotech. Biotech looks really, really solid. So we do have a position already on here for January. So let's go to December. December looks really, really good. We'll potentially look to adjust at the end of this week if we want to move this down. I don't think we will. Then we go here to January, and 77 we're centered over, and we are at 78. So really, really nice. I think we took in a ridiculous credit of almost $10 here on this XBI trade. All right, XLE looks good. I also am in here for January, so let's go to December only. December only is threatening this break even down here, so we might move this 69 call down and just make this an iron butterfly at 66, or one of these at 66, and so have two 66 calls, a 66 put and a 69 put. It's likely, I don't remember the exact credit we got off the top of our head, but it's very, very likely that even inverting by $3 will still get us enough credit, and we can take that targeted percentage that we're looking for, right? Rather than it being 25% probability, not probability profit, but just profit, 25% profit, we can make that 10%. And so if we took in a total of $4 on that, creating a GTC, for 440 or something like that, or 360, whatever the case is, whatever makes us the money, right? And then finally, we're going down to our last oil position here in XOP. XOP is looking fine. We are still well within our 25%. We'll see if it continues to move down. If it does, we'll just move down this 35 strike, to 33, and then adjust the credit that we want to receive. All right, that's it, really. We are in the spot now where we've already had December positions coming off for us. So we've had these December positions coming off. And we have some that are very, very likely to come off here shortly, perhaps even this week, that are getting close to the amount of credit that we wanted to get back for this. If we got $2 worth of credit and we were looking to buy it back at $150, then that's what we're getting close to that in a number of our positions. For the others, we're going to look to manage, right? We're going to look to begin adjusting strikes, taking in additional credits, changing our target probability or our target profit percentages, just to make sure that we're in a place where we can make money, still work with kind of what the market's giving us, and move forward. And then the last thing we're going to look to do this week is to begin filling out our January positions. Okay, so we're really going to be looking to fill out our January portfolio because we are getting close to that 45 to 55 day window where our bread and butter truly is. Okay, so that's what our portfolio currently looks like. That's the mentality going into this week, taking stuff off that hit our percent probability or percent profit targets, adjusting strikes as needed, and then finally beginning to add out into January. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me at Ryan, RYAN, at sellthatoption.com. Otherwise, let's have a great week. All right, so what you just saw was a weekly video that I send out to my members every single Sunday that does really two things. One, it goes over my current positions, kind of what I'm thinking with each of those positions, whether or not I think we're going to need to adjust those positions or add to those positions. I also will go over kind of what I'm thinking going into the week, right? So I'm thinking, hey, right, the market is giving us this. What is it that we need to do in order to be successful this week in the market? What is it that we need to do in order to make sure that we are generating income for our portfolios? And then the other thing that we're doing is we're talking general market overview, right? What's going on in the market? In late 2018, right, when I'm recording this, oil has been getting destroyed, right? And so we talk a little bit about how that's influencing the general market, right? Why is oil doing what it's doing, or how is it impacting the S&P 500? How is it impacting general market sentiment, right? We're really trying to get into the mindset, right? And we're really trying to delve deep into some of these larger issues in the market, right? And how that might impact our portfolios. Right, and the reason that I do this is because I sincerely believe that what needs to happen week in and week out, day in and day out, is for people that are trying to learn how to get good at this, right? Because all this is it's a skill. It's like every other skill, right? You can learn, right? You need to learn from somebody that's been there, that's figured it out, and can be successful, right? So that's what I'm doing with each of my members every Sunday when I send this video out. So I'm saying, hey, this is getting into the mind of somebody that's figured it out, that is successful. And so I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not advising. I'm simply showing you and letting you get into my mind a little bit as to what it is that I do day in and day out, week in and week out. Now, for watching this far, I want to give you a special code, right, for membership. So if you're ever interested in joining us here at sellthatoption.com, you can go to Stock Trading Services and you can enter the code YouTube. All lowercase, YouTube, all lowercase, in order to get 50% off any membership, lifetime 50% off, quarterly, yearly, monthly, all 50% off, and all available to you with the code YouTube. Okay, so what do you get? Under members, you get my daily recap videos, you get my weekly strategy videos, you get my introduction to stock options course, my advanced options course, and my general knowledge base. And I am always adding new courses, right? I'm always adding new case studies, always adding new stuff to make sure that the education and the product that I'm delivering is simply the best. That's my goal, to deliver the best product. That way I give you, my loyal subscribers and my loyal followers, the absolute best opportunity to be successful in this market. Right, so there it is, all lowercase, YouTube, discount code, 50% off. If you have any questions, reach out to me at Ryan, RYAN, at sellthatoption.com. Or, as always, stay humble, stay hungry, and here's to our success.